what's up, everybody? This is Chris, otherwise known as Music City Driver. Going ahead and doing my Money Monday video. Over the weekend this weekend was kind of slow. It kind of makes sense that it was kind of slow because Father's Day, traditionally, holidays like Father's Day, Mother's Day, etc., and Easter, Thanksgiving, holidays like that are generally a bit slower than normal. So it kind of makes sense. I made the mistake of driving on Thursday. I should have known better. Thursday is actually a bad day to drive during the summer in Nashville, Tennessee, anyway. I guess I kind of got lulled into thinking that it might be decent because of last weekend, but last weekend was an anomaly because it was CMA Fest. So CMA Fest throws everything out of whack. So I drove on Thursday evening and only stayed out for about 2 or 3 hours. Freaking Facebook notifications, I gotta turn that crap off. I'm so tired of seeing that crap pop at the top of my screen. Anyway, so that was pretty pathetic. I think I made like $26 in 3 hours or something ridiculous. It was a total waste of time. It was not even worth it. It was not worth staying. It was not worth the time even. So that was a mistake. I drove Friday and Saturday. Friday night I did pretty darn good. I did I think it was a little over $300 and something in about, I think it was roughly 12 hours I drove. I drove about the same Saturday, and Saturday I actually made $335. However, it wasn't because I was busy. It was because I had a puker on Lyft. First one on Lyft. Only the third one ever. But first one on Lyft. So I actually didn't really know how to report it on Lyft, and there's a reason for that, because when you go into the Lyft app and you just had a ride that you dropped off, and you have to report damage or a mess or vomit or whatever in this reason, you have to select the ride that was on there. And Uber, it's easy. It's like all up to date. But on Lyft, it's not always reflective. The drop-down menu doesn't always have the latest ride on it. So I ended up having to call, or actually have support call me. And then they put me on hold for a really long time. And then I finally got a chance to speak with a representative who was extremely shocked, sort of, at my rating, which is a 4.99 over 1,500 trips. So she was actually kind of astounded that I had such a high rating. She said she's never seen a rating that high, so that made me feel pretty good, but she may have just been saying that, who knows. So anyway, that night was going pretty abysmally already. It was pretty slow. The surge on Uber was not impressive at all. And these heat maps on Lyft are not the greatest, but I did find something out on the heat maps on Lyft. This is something I didn't even think about before, but I don't know if you guys remember when I mentioned the weird thing that happened sometimes on those heat maps, that they would suddenly be a lot more than I expected. Like it would show something on my screen, a bonus of like $5 and something, it would end up being $10 and something. I have discovered that on those heat maps, whenever you max it out, if it's a plus ride, the bonus doubles, which is pretty darn cool. So if you're on the heat maps and you have a heat map bonus of $6, you get a plus ride. When that $6 is on your screen, it doubles to $12. That's pretty darn good. Anyway, getting back to the story. So it was pretty abysmal night, like I said. And this ride, I should have known was going to turn out badly because of how it started. So I pulled up, and as I was pulling up, actually, they called. This was over on 3rd Avenue, right in front of FGL, and they were going to Play, is where they ended up going. But it was a plus vehicle, and before I even got there, they're like, "Can we fit 8 people?" And I'm like, "No, you cannot fit 8 people." They're like, "Oh, we can squeeze in." I was like, "No, squeezing in is not the issue. The issue is liability on my part, because I have 6 seat belts." So only 6 people can have seatbelts. So if I had a crash and somebody was hurt or killed or whatever, or if I get stopped by a police officer for whatever reason, I would be screwed. And the female of the group that was with them, it was only one girl with them, and She sat in the very, very back seat on the third row on the passenger side. And she said, "Oh, I guess it's just all about you, isn't it?" Really snide comment, basically saying that, I'm forcing their friends to take a regular Lyft when I could fit them all in there, because they probably could have fit. It would not have been comfortable, it would not have been safe, and it would not have been legal. So I just said, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And the guy that actually ordered the Lyft was fine with it. He was like, okay, whatever, it does not matter. He was really nice. We talked the whole way. I had music going, not really loud at all. And I didn't notice anything wrong. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anybody say, "Oh, I think you're about to get sick." I didn't hear anybody say, "Oh, gross." I didn't hear anything at all. So I pull up to play, and they're kind of strangely anxious to get out, because they're like, "Where are you taking me?" I'm like, "Look, I'm turning around so I can drop you off on the passenger side. I like to do that because it's less chance of an accident that way." And so they're like, "Oh, you can just let us out here." So I turned around. It was almost to the door of play when they said, "You can just let us out here. You can let us out here." I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. They're kind of rushing to get out, but oh well, whatever. So then they get out. They're all getting out, and then the girl in the back seat, I told him to pull the lever to make it slide forward. It's easier to get in and out that way. So I did, and she climbs out, and I saw something dark in the back floorboard, and I was like, what the hell was that? I better check that out after they get out. And then the clue that tipped me off, because nobody said a thing this whole time, and when I saw one of the guys in the middle row, or maybe it was the guy in the back row, I honestly can't remember which guy it was, go up to the guy who was sitting in the front seat, who was the guy who ordered the ride, and he went up to him and said, he just said something, like kind of whispered it to him, and the look on the guy's face said it all. And I was like, yep, somebody puked back there, I can guarantee it. So I sat there for a few seconds longer than I had to, just to see if he was going to come up to me and say, "Look, I'm so sorry, my friend puked in your very back seat, blah, 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 blah." Because nobody mentioned, I know it wasn't there when they got into the car. Don't you think somebody would probably say something about, "Ew, gross, there's vomit back here, what the hell?" They did not say a word. Did not say a word about their friend up chucking all over my fucking back seat. I mean, it wasn't all over the place, but, and the bad part is it still kind of smells. I'm going to have to do a little bit more treatment, but I did some quick cleaning, and there's no stain, but there's still a bit of smell for some reason. So I'm going to get myself some vinegar and Dawn detergent and hot water, take that, mix it up, use a brush, and try to get some of that, scrub that real good just to make sure there's no stains. And then after that, I'm going to sop up all the moisture that I can from that mixture, and then I am going to use baking soda and just pour it on there about 1/4 of an inch thick and let it sit. And just let it sit for a few days or whatever, I don't care. I'm probably not going to drive again until Friday anyway, so we'll see. I may have to drive before then, I don't know, we'll see. But and then I'm going to let it sit and vacuum it up. But anyway, getting to the money part, which is what everybody is probably wanting. And of course, my friend is constantly Facebook messaging me. So, for Lyft, like I said, I did not do too well. 30 rides, total of 30 rides, total earnings of $532.33. It's a really big breakdown of stuff here. So $232.83 from earnings, $16 in tips. I also got another 23 in cash, $117 in bonuses, $10 in cancels, and another thing I had that night, which was very weird, was 3 back-to-back cancels on Broadway. The first one was a guy, and then the first one was a lady on 2nd Avenue. I got the ping after I had already passed them, was actually almost, I was way past them. There was no way I wasn't going to ask that. There was nowhere I could pull over or anything. So I called them and said, "Hey, look, I'm not going away from you. I'm going up to Union Street, and then I'm going to take a right and go around to 1st and come back around to 2nd. Actually, I was on 3rd, I think I was. I think I was actually on 3rd Street past 2nd. Of course, 2nd is one way, so I couldn't go backwards and get them. So Anyway, so I called you. I said, look, I'll be there as soon as I can. I got to go around first. And then I was literally on the other side of 2nd Avenue from where they were, and she canceled. So I was like, okay. I said, and they didn't give me a cancellation fee. So I wrote in and said, look, I called them, told them it was going to be a little later. And then as I put the little thing in, I automatically gave me my $5, which was cool. I guess they believe me. So, I guess the app is set up. I don't know how it's set up, but they automatically give me my $5 cancellation fee on that one. So, I immediately get another ping for a Lyft Plus on Broadway at Crazy Town. So I'm like, okay, I won't go down 2nd. I'll just keep going up Broadway. Pull up in front of Crazy Town, call the guy. I'm like, he's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. He's really drunk, I can tell. And I said, are you at Crazy Town? And he said, yes. I said, well, I am right in front of Crazy Town. Literally parked right in front. He's like, okay, we'll be out in just a second, and blah, blah, blah. He was talking, and then it cut out. So I don't know if the phone died. It didn't go straight to voicemail when I called again. So that was a sign to me that it was not off, that he was just choosing not to answer my phone, and he may have hung up on me. So I sat there, waited out the 5 minutes, canceled, got my $5. As I was sitting there, just canceling my other ride, I got another Plus request from the other side of the street on Honky Tonk Central. So I try to call because I'm like, hey, but the thing is, I tried to call and it didn't go straight to voicemail. It actually got sent to voicemail. So I knew somebody was probably trying to mess with me. And then, after I hit arrive, which is actually, that's when I called. I hit arrive, tried to call, went straight to voicemail, bam, canceled. So I called, and I was like, look, I said, I have had 3 cancellations in a row. This one was, I was literally sitting across the street. I just had another cancellation, and I tried to call, I hit arrived, and it's not like I took too long to get there, but she did cancel within 2 minutes of requesting it, but I somehow got them to give me the $5. So I got $15 in cancellation fees in less than 20 minutes, which was pretty good. So, and then I had the vomit episode and all that. So, $532.33 on Lyft. On Uber, I did almost exclusively Lyft over this weekend because for some reason Uber was dead. I don't know why Uber was dead, but it was. So, Uber just popped up this little message. It's kind of comical, actually. It says something about, please consider changing to the Instant Pay debit card, which I have an Instant Pay debit card. I just don't use it most of the time. But anyway, so let's go to earnings. Earnings from last week. Now, considering that, I only did $129.79 on Uber. I had a Quest, but it was not worth it. It was like, I don't know, 22 rides or 25 rides for $32 or something. It wasn't really worth it. As you can see, I got $11 in tips and $129.79 total. So, for the week, it's $129.79 on Uber. I may have already done this up. And like I said, I had $23 in cash. And then I had on Lyft was $532.33. And I think I've got a okay, I don't know who's trying to call me, but okay, sorry. So $532.33. And I think I actually have tonight, this evening, I think I've got a $60 bonus from last week from CMA Fest. But that totals $685.12. That was for, like I said, like 2 full days in like 3 hours. So as you can see, it's 23 hours and 32 minutes on here. I would estimate that I was actually online and driving around for maybe 25, 26 hours. Because as you can see on Uber, I'm going to have hardly any hours on there. My phone is just acting like shit lately. Sorry, I hate this stupid phone. I'll be so glad when I can get another phone. As you can see on this one, there was only a total of showing 26 hours online. That's pathetic to have 11 trips in 26 hours and 28 minutes just on the online thing. So one destination trip, which I did get a decent destination trip. It was a surged XL ride on the way home. And I got home relatively early both nights. I was home by 5 a.m., which is pretty early for me. I usually am not home until 6, 7 o'clock. But anyway, so that's it for the week. 685.12. Let's say, what did I say? 26 hours. Divide that by 26 hours. It's $26 an hour. That's a little bit lower than normal. I usually average about $30 an hour. And I feel like it's kind of disingenuous to include that $150 vomit fee. And by the way, that was the fastest I have ever received. I mean, I've only had like 3 of those, right? So it's not like I've had like a ton, but that is the fastest. Uber is by far the slowest. They are really slow in paying. So when I spoke with the British lady, she had a British accent, the one who said I had a really good rating, and then I responded to her email, which she sent to me, and I responded with the pictures that I took. I took 2 really good pictures of it. I'm not going to show it to you because it's pretty gross. I almost threw up myself cleaning this crap up. It was really nasty. And she apologized, that happened, and she said, just send that back and we'll get you paid as quickly as possible. And I honestly didn't expect it to be paid that quickly, but as that was processing, I was cleaning up the vomit at a Twice Daily over on Charlotte Pike, and it took me a little while. And then my friend Sean says, hey, did they already pay you? Which Sean, I have to give a shout out to him because I had never submitted a claim on Lyft before, and with them not showing the ride, I was like, what the hell, what do I do? And he's like, oh, okay, we'll just call them and then they'll just have blah, blah, blah. So he explained it to me, and it worked perfectly, because literally in the time it took me to finish cleaning up the vomit, it may have even happened before that $150 was added on instantly. It was quick. It was, I'd say, within 10 minutes or so it was probably done. So anyway, guys, that is all for now. You may have heard some vibration in the background. I still have to get that bearing fixed. I still have not been able to, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. At higher speeds, it gets really, really bad vibrations, and I feel like it's wearing out more. So I'm going to have to get it, or it's going to get dangerous. So anyway, guys, that is all I've got. If you enjoyed this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. In the links down below, you will see there's all kinds of stuff down there that I recommend for rideshare. There's dash cams down there. There is vomit bags down there, which this case didn't help because nobody ever told me anybody was about to puke. And cleaning supplies and all kinds of stuff. And I have a carpet cleaner back there that I sprayed on. The Turtle Wax, I think, is the brand of that. I can't remember if I put that down there or not, but anyway, that's what I use, and it took the stuff off really good. It comes with a little scrub brush thing on it and everything. It's actually pretty helpful. So that's it, guys. I am out until next time. I'm going to evaluate these heat maps a little bit more, get a feel for them a little bit more. I feel like I'm getting screwed on them, though, because I have another couple of drivers, as I mentioned before, that also are on the heat maps, and they are getting way higher heat maps than I am, and I don't know why. Like I said, it may just be because mine double. I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, I'm talking about like a huge difference. Like my friend Mike, he had like a $17 and some change bonus during the after bar close, and I had like $5, $6. I was like, what? How is this fair? That's not very fair. So I don't know if it's because of my acceptance rating being lower, and they're trying to punish me or what, but it's substantially lower. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day, and if you're out driving, make some money and be safe.